Ugly.
Five.
Who are the best and who are the worst NFL teams? It's Mike Gill's Fine Five and Ugly Five on 97.3 ESPN FM, South Jersey's football station.
All right, as we get halfway through the season, who are the 5 best and 5 worst teams in the league? You know, the last couple of years, this has been a very difficult project, like to find who these teams are. I think the league is very segregated right now between the haves and the really have-nots, and then everybody else is just hanging out in the middle.
There's too many middle of the Packers right now. Not literally the Packers, but everyone is, 3-4, 4-3. Everyone's stuck in the middle. There's a couple really bad teams and a couple really good teams, and the rest is, we'll find out.
Yeah. All right, 5 worst teams in the league. Number 5, Josh, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals because
they moved up the list.
They've actually won a couple games.
Yeah.
And they did it at the end of the game. They actually had to come back in the fourth quarter. So, you know what? Good for the Cardinals. You're not the worst team in the NFL. You're just in the bottom 5.
You're just one of the worst teams.
You're one of the worst.
I'm with you, Josh. I have the Cardinals at number 5 as well. Good for them, 2-6.
They fired their offensive coordinator, Byron Leftwich.
Byron Leftwich. It's a new era.
Number 5 for me is Buffalo. Nate Peterman's probably going to start. There's a good argument to be made that Terrell Pryor, who just signed with the Bills, is a better quarterback and would give them a better chance to win than Nate Peterman.
He's probably the best quarterback on the roster.
Yes.
I think so.
Right now, the Bills would be my 5th worst team in the league. They've lost 3 straight. They've given up 200. Although I don't understand how they went to Minnesota and won. I don't get it.
It's really unfathomable. I don't understand.
Number 4, Ryan, who you got?
I have the Bills number 4. So that they're 2-6, but like you said, they're a mess. I mean, Cardinals, Bills, pick your poison, but I have them slightly worse than the Cardinals.
I got the 49ers at 4 because I kept trying to rationalize them being worse. And then I realized that among all of these horrible teams that we have on this list, they've actually scored the most points. So
okay.
I guess they can't be the worst team, but they lost to the Cardinals, so they're number 4.
Yeah. Checks out.
Arizona's 4 for me. They're ahead of Buffalo because I like Rosen right now better than I like Allen, who's been on the shelf. They've only given up 199, where Buffalo's given up 200. They've won 2 out of the last 3, Arizona, so they seem to be at least moving in the right direction. So Arizona, number 4 in the ugly 5, which I should probably flip-flop those two, the way I just brought that out.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I guess so. And at this point, we're splitting hairs with these ugly teams.
If you're in, you're in.
Right.
You don't want to be on this list. Number 3.
No, you don't.
I got the New York Giants.
Ooh.
I think the Giants, after trading Snacks Harrison and Eli Apple, they just don't have talent. They're getting rid of it. Their backup quarterback got arrested by the police. Eli Manning is regressing game by game. Odell Beckham Jr. is a mess. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. I mean, half of his interviews now, I'm just confused.
Yeah, they're a mess up there. I have the Giants number 3 as well. They're going to move up this list, I have a feeling, in a few weeks. They're 1-7. I mean, what the heck do they have going for them? Their line is absolutely brutal. Eli is getting older by the minute. OBJ is getting angrier by the minute. So I have them number 3.
Yeah, I went with Oakland number 3. That's how bad I think the Giants have turned into. I think Oakland's a dumpster fire, and I think the Giants are worse than the Raiders are right now. You know, the Raiders, you can make a case to the worst. They've played 7 games and given up 218 points. The Giants have played 8 games and only given up 205. But I think the Giants are just such a mess right now that I've got Oakland 3, and I go Giants number 2.
Okay. 2, Utah. Give me 2.
Give them to me.
I have the Raiders number 2. That's where we're at, right? Number 2, Oakland Raiders at 1-6. They're another team that could easily be number 1 in a few weeks. At 1-6, they're not getting any better. I have them number 2 in this ugly 5.
I got the Buffalo Bills number 2. They've scored the fewest points in the NFL at 87. Watching them on Monday Night Football, I'm looking at this team thinking, how?
Just how?
Like, how did this team end up this bad? Like, I knew before the year they would probably only win a few games, but they've already won 2. They may only win 2 more the rest of the season at best because their offense can't score a lick.
All right, worst team in the league is, who you got?
The 49ers.
Oh, you dropped them all the way down.
They're a mess, man. I mean, injuries a big factor, and they're just terrible.
I got the Raiders at number 1. I think that the whole franchise is an embarrassment. John Gruden's an embarrassment. Everything about them is an embarrassment.
Yeah, I go San Francisco too, though. When I looked around and I said, they've given up 236 points.
Whew.
It's by far the worst defense in the league right now. And I'm a big defense guy. 236. I get it. They lost the quarterback, et cetera, et cetera. 236 points they've given up. They've lost 6 in a row. They're the worst team in the league right now. That's the ugly 5. Let's go over to the fine 5. Who are the 5 best teams in the NFL? Josh, who's number 5?
I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers.
Ooh.
I think they're hot right now. I want to put the Texans on this list, but starting 0-3 and then winning 5 in a row is more of a hot streak than one of the best teams in the NFL. So I'm going Panthers. I've liked them, what I've seen from them on defense. I liked how Cam's playing. I think Christian McCaffrey, he's just been electric. And guys, how about the fact that this team actually looks like a team? Sometimes the Panthers look like just Cam Newton. There are other offensive players on this football team. It's interesting.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah, right.
Carolina's tough. The 5th spot, I have a feeling, is the one tough one here in the top 5. The other 3-4 teams seem pretty obvious. I have the Chargers at number 5, guys. I really like how they've been playing at 5-2. They're trending upwards. They can potentially get to 10-11 wins here. I'm a Phillip Rivers fan. I like what they're doing lately. I have the Chargers, number 5.
I like that. I got Pittsburgh, number 5. It's time. Okay, if anybody doubted them early, they seem to get the ship rolling in the right direction. The defense has gotten better. That was their bugaboo early. They've turned that around. They obviously can score. I like Pittsburgh at number 5. Number 4, Ryan, who do you have?
I have the New England Patriots at number 4. I've been sticking with this logic at number 4. I know they beat the Chiefs. Big win. I still like how the Chiefs looked in that game. I have the Chiefs slightly ahead of them just because their record's a little bit better. And then the NFL, that obviously goes a long way. Patriots for me at 6-2. I have a feeling they're going to be moving up as we go along here in the season. But Patriots number 4.
I had the Patriots at 4 too. They're getting a demerit for Monday night. I mean, you score 1 touchdown the entire game. I mean, I had guys in the gym screaming at the TV about why fill in the blank player, Chris Hogan, Gronkowski, why is this guy scoring touchdown? What is wrong with Brady? I got to admit, if you can only score 1 touchdown in the Bills, I can't put you that high on the list.
You know, I had a conversation with my friend about this, and I said, quite frankly, they know they can beat the Bills without a game plan, and they don't want to show anybody anything in a game that's a complete waste for them. That's one of the reasons why they're further up my list, because they're that good that they can win without showing anybody anything. That's why number 4 is the Saints. I got Saints at 4. Good job on the road. They had that weird start to the year, but since then they've been consistently on this list, and I was tempted to move them up a spot, but right now I'm feeling more comfortable at 4.
Okay.
They lost to Tampa Bay at home.
That's the one loss there. Guys, for number 3, I have the Saints. 6-1. They're trending upwards as well. I really like how Drew Brees has looked lately. That offense seems very lethal, up in that top tier range with the Rams and the Chiefs. But I have the Saints at number 3, 6-1.
I got the Saints at 3 too. They're undefeated on the road at 4-0. That used to be a problem for them in the past. They couldn't win any road games. Now they're finding any way to win. They've beaten the Ravens on the road. They've beaten the Vikings on the road. They went up to North Jersey and beat the Giants on the road in a game that wasn't exactly pretty. I got to give the Saints a lot of credit. They are doing better than I thought they would this year.
All right, up to number 3 on the list.
Number 2.
Oh, I haven't given my third.
Oh, you're at
yet.
number 3.
I've got Kansas City, number 3. You know, at some point, I think that defense is going to catch up to them. I thought their defense would be better, especially when they play at home. They're still giving up a lot of points. One of these weeks, their offense is going to slow down. They can't score 30 every single week. And the week that they do, it better not be against the Chargers.
I have the Chiefs actually at number 2, guys. I love the Chiefs. I'm a big Pat Mahomes fan. Andy Reid, you know he's that regular season killer. They're playing well, 7-1. That offense, maybe it will slow down eventually, but so far they're clicking on all cylinders. I like them at number 2.
I got the Chiefs at number 2, but I agree with what Mike just said. One of these weeks, the Chiefs are not going to score 30. And one of these weeks, they better hope it's not against a team that can outscore them, because I'm seeing these last few weeks, this team is vulnerable. We saw it in the Pats game. We saw it in the Broncos game in that first meeting. We even saw it in the Broncos game this time. Pat Mahomes can be had. It's just no one's taking advantage of it because either they don't know what to do with Tyreek Hill or they don't know what to do with Kelsey. So until there might come a team that's going to figure out how to stop all three at one point, and they better hope and pray, like Mike said, it's not a team like the Chargers or maybe somebody else like the Rams in a few weeks.
I got 2 Patriots. Like I said, they went on Monday Night Football with no game plan, essentially, and beat an NFL team. They didn't want to show anybody anything. In the end, Brady, Belichick, they still rule the AFC. So I'm sticking with the Pats at number 2, and the Rams are at the top spot in the Fine Five, but they showed some vulnerability. That's what happens. 8 weeks in, people see you more and more.
Yeah. And it's tougher to rattle off those wins consistently.
Also, the Pats are coming off
now.
a bye week.
Right.
That has to be factored in as well. Sometimes you see a team come off a bye week, they're giving you the best effort in that first half. I like the way the Rams bounced back in that second half and showed that they're still a winning football team. Now about Todd Gurley. He don't care about your fantasy team. He don't care about your Vegas bets. He don't care about your over-unders. All he cares about is winning.
Good.